Earlier this month, former Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman officially sued Donald Trump Jr., Rudy Giuliani, Dan Covino, and another White House aide for alleged intimidation and retaliation due to Vindman's testimony against Donald Trump in the 2019 impeachment hearing. Yesterday, Donald Trump Jr. was officially served with this lawsuit, meaning things are now on their way. So let's talk about what this lawsuit actually says. But in order to do that, we have to remind everybody, because of course this wasn't the most recent impeachment, this was the first impeachment of Donald Trump. What exactly did Alexander Vindman do? Well, during that time, Vindman was a ranking member of the National Security Council, and he was actually one of the people in the room when Donald Trump made that infamous phone call, if you want to call it that, to Ukrainian President Zelensky. And that, of course, was the phone call where he suggested to Zelensky, you need to investigate the Bidens and Burisma. Otherwise, I don't know if we can give you all that aid we've promised that has already been allocated, by the way, by Congress to give to you. Not so sure we could do that unless there's an investigation. Of course, Ukraine refused to do this, partially because an investigation had already taken place. The prosecutor was insanely corrupt, so they fired him. And Vindman went to Congress during that first impeachment hearing in the House and testified about what he heard. And he made no apologies for it. He said, look, it's my job, to basically go out there and tell the truth. And this is the truth of what happened. I believe the phone call was improper, was the word that he used. This lawsuit alleges that before, during, and after his testimony, not only did members of the White House staff, including Covino, the other aide, but also outside the White House staff, Rudy Giuliani and, of course, Donald Trump Jr., engaged in an intimidation campaign to try to get Vindman to essentially shut up. Like, don't go and testify what you know. And Vindman says after he did, they retaliated against him, reassigned him off the National Security Council, basically gave him a crappier job. So, of course, in 2020, he ends up retiring after a very, decorated military career. After serving with honor in the National Security Council, he has to resign because of this intimidation and retaliation that he allegedly suffered at the hands of these individuals. So he is suing them. This is not a criminal matter. This is, of course, a civil matter. And he wants compensation, right? That's what he's after. Nobody's going to go to jail for this. Nobody's, going to get in any kind of legal trouble. The worst that could happen is that these individuals have to pay a large sum of money to former Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, which is absolutely in the realm of possibility. I mean, we already know the retaliation, if you want to classify it as such, and that's what's going to be the issue here. We know that happened, right? We know that he lost his job, got basically demoted to this other position. Right? That's indisputable. That is a thing that happened. Now, whether or not the court wants to see that as specific retaliation, that's going to be the question. The intimidation, however, that's going to have to rely on internal documents, conversations. That's going to be a little bit more difficult to prove, unless, of course, you go back and look at all of the media appearances of these individuals, and then, okay, yeah, you can probably go ahead and prove the intimidation too. This is a very winnable case. I think Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, I think he has an exceptional case here, and I wish him all the best because, hey, we're probably not going to get justice in some of these other investigations taking place against some of these people in this lawsuit, so if we can make them have to lose money right now, that may be the best we can get. Hey, everyone. This is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.